Hey, I'm Dr. Jill Wener. I am a physician, meditation teacher, tapping practitioner, author, podcaster, and I am going to talk to you today about overwhelm. We're going to tap on overwhelm. There's feels like there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of stuff to do for work and stuff to do for the kids and stuff to do for health and stuff to do, keeping up with current events. There just seems like there's always something to do and there's too much to do. And we can spend so much time thinking about how much time we don't have or how little time we have that we spend all that time being overwhelmed. So I'd like to, but when our nervous systems are all frazzled and overwhelmed, that's like too little too late. So this tapping meditation today is going to help you to regulate your nervous system so that you can process the overwhelm and get done what needs to get done, and maybe have the emotional space to let go of what you can't get done without feeling surrounded with all sorts of guilt and shame. Remember to wash your hands, clean your hands off. This is not a substitute for mental health or medical health care. So if anything is going on with your overwhelm or any other mental health emotions that are more than you feel like you can handle, please know that you're not alone. And also know that this video is not intended to fix or cure or treat any of those issues. Although it can be a lot of fun and it can be very empowering to say things out loud, tap on our face and chest, and then feel better. So let's get started. First, get a piece of paper and a pen and write down how overwhelmed you are and write down some specific things that you're overwhelmed about. The more detailed, the better. And as I go through talking about overwhelm, I'll say that I'm starting at a 9 and that I feel it in my chest, like a fluttering in my chest. Write down where you feel it, how intense it is, and the specifics of what it is. And as I go through, fill in your own answers if what I say doesn't resonate, because I'm not with each of you, and I'm not inside your head, as it turns out. So when I do one-on-one tapping with my clients, you can get a lot more in depth and a lot more specific. But for right now, fill in the blanks with what does work for you. And if you are interested in learning more about doing some tapping work with me, I do one-on-one client sessions, which are done right now all by Zoom, which work incredibly. And also some online courses, and stay tuned for in a couple weeks. There's going to be a new tapping program coming, which I'm super excited about. So let's get the party started. So I'm going to start with a 9. I feel it in my chest, like a pang. All right. Even though I have this 9 out of 10 overwhelm because there's so much to do and I don't know how I'm going to get it all done in time, I love and accept myself. Even though I have this 9 out of 10 overwhelm in my chest, I can't possibly get everything done that needs to get done. And that means all sorts of bad things about me. I accept and forgive myself exactly as I am in this moment. Even though I have this 9 out of 10 overwhelm in my chest, I don't feel like I have enough time to get everything done. And the more I have, the more things come up that I need to do. I love and accept myself completely. Top of the head. This overwhelm. I'm overwhelmed. I'm so busy. There's so much to do. Every time I think about it, I shut down. I spend all my time thinking about all the stuff that I have to do. And I end up scrolling through social media because I'm too stressed out to deal with it. This overwhelm. I just can't take care of everything right now. I feel like I can't even take care of myself. There's too much to do. I have all these activities with my kids, trying to keep them sane during the pandemic. and I have to deal with work. I have a presentation to give this week. And I'm teaching a course, a 4-hour training on Wednesday morning. This is true. Yet I'm supposed to be also seeing clients and doing my other job. I don't have time for exercise. There's too much to do. I'm overwhelmed with all of the stress from COVID. I'm overwhelmed with the lack of choice, feeling powerless. I have all this stress and I don't know how to handle it. I'm overwhelmed by all of the changes that have happened during COVID that don't seem to be going anywhere. All this overwhelm. I'm overwhelmed. All right, pause. Take a deep breath. How do you feel? Check in. Where do you feel the overwhelm? Is it still in your chest or wherever you were feeling it? Has it moved anywhere else? Is it a different type of sensation? Have any other emotions come up? If so, what? Is it stronger than the overwhelm? If it's stronger than the overwhelm, then I recommend you go back to the beginning of this video and start tapping specifically on that emotion and just fill in the blanks instead of overwhelm. But for the purposes of this, we'll say that the overwhelm is down to a 6, still in the chest, and we're going to keep going. This remaining 6 out of 10, overwhelm. I'm overwhelmed. I feel it in my chest. I have all these books that I'm barely started and haven't read. They're piling up. These online courses that I've signed up for and not finished. This online meditation course that I purchased and haven't finished. I'm overwhelmed with responsibilities. I'm overwhelmed at how much I have to do, but I don't have enough time. This overwhelm. I feel so frazzled. The more frazzled I get, the less efficient I am. I just can't get it all done. How am I going to find the time? I'm overwhelmed. How can I be expected to take care of my kids and my family when I can barely take care of myself? All right, pause, deep breath. In and out. Now, of course, everyone's overwhelm is different. Some people's it's professional. Some people's it's personal. Some people there's a mix of both. Trying to mix, have the work-life balance. Some of it's all COVID related. So you'll just fill in the blanks with whatever it is that is relating most to you. So let's check in. How strong is your overwhelm? How are you feeling? If it's down to like a 2 or below, great, you're all done, and we'll tap in some positive in a moment. But if you're still feeling it, guess what? There's a lot going on in the world right now. You're not alone. We'll tap through another round on overwhelm. And I'll say right now that mine's down to a 3, still in the chest, but it's getting lighter. It's less of a pang. I just feel it there. It's a vague remnant of the overwhelm in my chest. And let's keep going. Also, make note if you have any aha moments or insights or what's called a cognitive shift where you're like, actually, so if I just, like ways you could manage it a little bit better, still acknowledging all the stuff that you have to do, but different like aha moments, write those down too, because that's what the tapping really is great at unleashing. This remaining 3 out of 10, overwhelm. I'm overwhelmed. I still feel it in my chest, although it's lighter. All these things that I have to do. Feeling like I don't have enough time. So much responsibility. So many other things in the world going on that I want to fix but feel like I'm powerless. I'm overwhelmed. Overwhelmed at how much suffering and pain there is in the world right now, and how people are being treated all over the world and in our own country. I'm overwhelmed. All the people who have died and who are sick from COVID and all their loss that their families have gone through. I'm overwhelmed at my own fear and loss. So much to do and so many things to worry about. All this overwhelm. I feel this overwhelm in my chest. Okay, now we're going to pause, take a deep breath. All right, check in with how you're feeling. How strong is the overwhelm on a scale from 0 to 10? If it's 3 or above, keep tapping. Go to the beginning of this video and keep tapping through that overwhelm. It may not go away this quickly, but if it's a 2, 1, or 0, then we're going to tap in some positivity right now. This remaining 1 out of 10 overwhelm. I feel much lighter. Realizing how much I've already accomplished today. And recognizing that I can only do one thing at a time. What if I didn't let this overwhelm feed on itself? What if I didn't give this overwhelm all of my energy? What if instead I just tackled one thing at a time? And allowed myself to realize that I can't do everything. I can't be perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. I don't have to let this overwhelm rule my life. I can take a deep breath and finish what I can and leave the rest of it for another time. I can't fix the world's problems. And I know I definitely can't do it if I feel like I'm frazzled at every moment. Letting this overwhelm leave my body. Allowing myself to let go of some of this overwhelm. And check in each moment. Am I okay right now in this moment? And if the answer is yes, knowing that I'm going to be okay. And if the answer is no, asking what needs to be done to make me feel okay in this moment. Letting this overwhelm leave my body. Tackling one thing at a time until it gets done. Letting go of the need to be perfect. Letting go of the need to take on all the world's problems myself. Letting go of this overwhelm. Feeling so much more space and emotional peace. Okay, let's pause. Deep breath. And out. All right, check in with how you feel. Any aha moments, insights, memories, times where you were overwhelmed and ways that you got through it. Any other emotions come up? If they did, you can go back to the beginning and tap on that emotion instead of overwhelm. And if you're feeling energized and ready to take on your to-do list or some of the problems you're trying to solve, go for it now with this new energy, feeling less cluttered. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I'd love to hear your comments on how it was. And I hope you have a wonderful, calm, peaceful day.